It was the night of February 8, 2026. A big news story spread. Sanae Takaichi had won a historic election. Her party, the Liberal Democratic Party, gained a supermajority. This means she now has immense power, more than any leader in post-war Japan. Her victory was a political earthquake. At LDP headquarters, Sanae Takaichi stood, surrounded by many red paper roses. These roses were a traditional sign of her great triumph. She had taken a high-stakes gamble by calling this snap election just a few months after becoming prime minister. Few believed she could win so big. She achieved this win even when things were difficult. Her party had faced scandals. The long-standing coalition with Komeito had broken up, ending 26 years of working together. Also, there were rising tensions with other countries. Many people thought she would not succeed, but Sanae Takaichi defied all these problems. This book will tell the full story of how she did it, showing her journey and the challenges she overcame to get this unprecedented power. Now Sanae Takaichi is Japan's first female prime minister, holding power unseen in modern times. This brings a central question. What will she do with such immense power? What kind of changes will she bring to Japan? And what will her leadership mean for the world? Her historic victory marks a new chapter for Japan, but the real story of her leadership is only just beginning. 2. A big risk. The decision to call a snap election was a very big risk for Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi. Her party, the LDP, had faced hard times before she became leader. Under the past Prime Minister, Shigeru Ishiba, the LDP lost important elections in 2024 and 2025. This meant the LDP no longer had its strong majority in parliament. Ishiba had to lead with a very small number of seats, needing help from other parties for every decision. When Takaichi became prime minister, she inherited this weak government. She had only been in office for 4 months when she decided to call the new election. This move surprised many people. It was a bold gamble to win more power. Another big problem was that the LDP's old partner, Komeito, had left their coalition. They had worked together for 26 years. This breakup happened in October 2025. It meant Takaichi had to find new friends. She quickly made a new team with the Japan Innovation Party. This new alliance was untested and much smaller. Together, they only had a few more seats than half of parliament. People wondered if this new team would be strong enough to lead Japan. Takaichi made the election about her. She asked the people directly if they trusted her to run the country. This was a high-stakes moment for her leadership. With so many challenges, her decision to hold an early election was a huge gamble. To understand why Takaichi would risk everything, you have to understand the woman herself, a leader whose journey to the top was anything but ordinary. What forged this political maverick? 3. The new leader. Sanae Takaichi did not come from a rich or powerful family. She grew up in a middle-class home in Nara, Japan. Her father worked for a car company, and her mother was a police officer. This was different from many leaders in Japan, who often came from famous political families. Sanae faced challenges as a young woman. Her parents did not want her to go to a private university or one far from home. Because of this, she traveled 6 hours every day to Kobe University. She also worked part-time jobs to pay for her studies. While at university, she played drums in a heavy metal band. This was a very unusual hobby for someone who would become a top politician. It showed her independent spirit. After university, Sanae went to a special school for future leaders. In 1987, she went to the United States.
She worked in Washington, D.C. for a U.S. Congresswoman named Patricia Schroeder. This time taught her much about world politics. When she returned to Japan, Sanai became a TV presenter. She talked about political news. In 1993, she won a seat in the Japanese parliament as an independent. That same year, Shinzo Abe also entered politics. They became close political friends and worked together for many years. Sanai joined the Liberal Democratic Party, LDP, in 1996.
She slowly moved up, holding important jobs in the government. She was a minister under Prime Minister Abe. In October 2025, Sanai Takaichi made history. She became the first woman to lead the LDP. A few weeks later, on October 21st, she was confirmed as Japan's first female prime minister. She had broken a major barrier. She had shattered Japan's highest glass ceiling, proving the old guard wrong. But her next challenge was entirely different, winning over a new generation that was deeply cynical about politics. Her solution was a phenomenon no one saw coming. 4. The Takaichi trend. Sanai Takaichi had a special way of connecting with people, especially young voters. This was called Sanamania. It was a new thing in Japanese politics. Many young people usually did not care much about politicians, but Takaichi was different. Her popularity was huge. About 60% of all voters liked her. But for people under 30, this number was much higher, sometimes even 90%. This was very unusual for a leader. On social media, Takaichi had many followers. She had 2.6 million followers on platform X. Other leaders had far fewer. Her fame showed in strange ways. She carried a $900 black leather handbag. This handbag became so popular that people had to wait 9 months to buy it. The company was surprised because many young people in their 20s and 30s wanted it. Even a pink pen she used and some shrimp rice crackers she was seen with became popular items to buy. Why did young people like her so much? Takaichi spoke in a direct and clear way. She did not use many careful, old-fashioned words like other politicians. Her messages were short and easy to remember, perfect for social media. For example, her famous phrase was, "Work, work, 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 and work." She also shared fun videos online. One video showed her playing drums with South Korean President Lee Jae-myung. Another showed her singing Happy Birthday in Italian to Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. These videos made her seem more human and real. Young people said she had a bright, positive energy. They also felt that more young people were thinking in a conservative way. Takaichi was a pop culture icon, not just a politician. But some people wondered if this Sanamania was real. Political experts were careful. Professor Fujita Yuiko from the University of Tokyo said that young people might like Takaichi, but that did not mean they would always vote for other members of her party. They did not like older male politicians who had been in power for a long time. They wondered if this personal love for Takaichi would help her make tough laws. However, a serious problem was growing. While young fans bought her favorite pen and handbag, Japan's economy was getting worse. The country was moving towards a big money crisis. Takaichi had a new and brave plan to fix the economy. But this plan was very risky. It could either save Japan or cause a huge financial disaster. 5. Money problems. Japan was facing very serious money problems. The country's economy was growing slowly. In 2025, it grew by only a small amount, and for 2026, it looked like it would grow even less. Prices for everyday things were going up quickly. For example, the cost of a simple meal like curry rice had increased by more than 40% in 2 years. This showed how much harder it was for families to buy food. The Japanese yen, the country's money, was also getting weaker. This made things bought from other countries, like food and oil, more expensive for everyone. Because prices were rising faster than wages, people felt poorer. Also, Japan had a huge national debt, bigger than any other rich country. Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi had a big plan for the economy, which she called Sana Economics. Her plan had 3 main parts. First, she wanted the central bank to print more money to help the economy grow. Second, she said the government would spend money when needed, especially during difficult times. Third, she planned to invest a lot of money in important new technologies like computer chips, artificial intelligence, and defense. As part of her plan, Takaichi promised to stop the 8% sales tax on food for 2 years. This would help families save money, but would cost the government a lot. She also proposed a very large spending package to help with energy costs, give cash to people, and provide food help. Her budget for the next year was the biggest ever. Some people thought Takaichi's plan was good. They said that Japan needed strong action to get the economy moving again. They believed investing in new industries would help Japan become stronger in the future. However, many others worried. They thought her big spending would make Japan's huge debt even worse. A 74-year-old woman named Mineko Mori worried that Takaichi's tax cuts would create more money problems for her grandchildren and future generations. Some experts warned that her spending could make prices go up even more and make the yen weaker. But many voters seemed to trust her. Ross Schaap, a research expert, noted that people did not seem too worried about inflation and supported Takaichi's economic ideas. To make her risky economic plans work, Takaichi needed everyone in the government to support her. But her fast rise to power had changed old political friendships and created new disagreements in Japan. This was setting the stage for a hard fight for control in parliament. 6. New teams, old fights. The snap election brought big changes to Japan's political world. For 26 years, the Liberal Democratic Party, or LDP, and Komeito were strong partners. But in October 2025, this alliance broke apart.
Komeito disagreed with Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi's leadership and worried about an LDP money scandal. This split meant the LDP lost a key partner that helped them get votes and make moderate policies. Prime Minister Takaichi moved quickly. She formed a new team with the Japan Innovation Party, Ishin. This conservative party shared Takaichi's views on defense and the economy. This new LDP-Ishin coalition was untested, but it was Takaichi's answer to the sudden political shift. The opposition also tried to form a powerful new alliance. The main opposition, the Constitutional Democratic Party, joined with Komeito. They called their new group the Centrist Reform Alliance. Their plan was to unite against Takaichi and her team, hoping to win the election by working together. However, this opposition gamble did not work well. The Centrist Reform Alliance faced problems. Komeito and the Constitutional Democratic Party had very different ideas, especially on big issues. Voters saw these differences and were not convinced that the alliance was strong or had a clear plan. it looked like a team made in a hurry. Takaichi, in contrast, outplayed her rivals. Her LDP-Ishin coalition showed strength and purpose. The election results were clear. Her new team won a supermajority. The centrist Reform Alliance, on the other hand, suffered a big loss. Their attempt to unite against Takaichi failed completely, leaving the opposition much weaker.
Having won a big victory at home, Takaichi now looked beyond Japan's borders. She was ready to make a bold statement about Taiwan. Her words would anger China and could make the region very dangerous. 7. A dangerous world. Takaichi now looked beyond Japan's borders. A big problem was growing with China. Takaichi had said that if China attacked Taiwan, it would be a very serious danger for Japan. She called it an existential crisis because it could threaten Japan's own safety and future. This was a very strong statement from a Japanese prime minister. China quickly showed its anger. It stopped many flights to Japan and banned some Japanese fish and seafood products. This hurt Japanese businesses. Chinese military ships also sailed more often near Japanese waters, which worried many people. China sent strong messages to the world, saying Takaichi was pushing for war. A Chinese official even posted a message online that many people saw as a direct threat to Takaichi. China also questioned Japan's right to islands like Okinawa in state media. But Takaichi did not change her mind. She told everyone that Japan must be ready to protect itself and its close allies. To do this, Takaichi had big plans for Japan's military. She announced a significant increase in Japan's defense budget. Her goal was to double the money Japan spent on defense to 2% of its national income. Japan would buy new powerful weapons, like Tomahawk cruise missiles from the United States. These weapons could hit targets far away, giving Japan stronger defense. Japan also wanted to change some of its large helicopter destroyers into ships that could carry fighter jets, making them de facto aircraft carriers. These changes were important because for 80 years, Japan had a pacifist constitution. This means it promised not to use war to solve international problems and limited its military to only self-defense. Takaichi now wanted to revise this rule, especially Article 9 of the Constitution, to allow for a stronger military. She also planned to lift bans on weapons exports, letting Japan sell weapons to other countries. Other countries watched closely. Taiwan's President Lai Ching-te quickly congratulated Takaichi on her victory. He hoped her leadership would bring a more prosperous and secure future for Japan and its partners. South Korea, however, expressed some worry. Because of past history, South Korea did not like the idea of Japan building a stronger military or changing its peace constitution. European observers also noted the global trend towards conservative leaders. A big surprise came from the United States. President Donald Trump publicly supported Takaichi. Days before the election, he posted online that Takaichi's win was a landslide and called her a highly respected and very popular leader. Trump said it was his honor to endorse her and her coalition. His support added a new layer of complexity to the situation, showing a link between his own strong views and Takaichi's ideas for Japan. With a supermajority at home, a powerful new military vision, and the backing of the United States, Sanae Takaichi now holds more power than any Japanese leader in modern history. The question is no longer if she can win, but what will she do with this power? 8. What happens next?
Sanae Takaichi has achieved a historic victory. Her political party and its partners won many seats, giving her strong power in the Japanese government. This big win means she can now move forward with her important plans for the country. Many people believe she can change Japan's future. However, with great power come big challenges. One main area is her economic plan, called Sanaeonomics. She wants to spend a lot of government money and cut taxes on food items. People wonder if these ideas will truly help Japan's economy grow, or if they will make the country's huge debt problems even worse. This is a very big risk for the nation's financial health in the long run. Then there is the serious situation with China. Takaichi has clearly stated that a conflict over Taiwan would be a major crisis for Japan. She plans to spend much more money on defense and might even change Japan's long-standing peace rules. These actions could create more tension in the region, bringing potential danger closer to Japan's borders.
Additionally, her new political team, formed with the Japan Innovation Party, needs to remain strong and united. They won the election together, but keeping this new partnership stable during tough times will be very important. Her great popularity with young people, often called Sanamania, certainly helped her win, but it is not clear if this strong personal popularity will last when she has to make hard decisions as Prime Minister. Governing usually involves much tougher realities than simply campaigning. Sanae Takaichi now stands at a key turning point for Japan. She has the chance to shape the country's path for many years and even decades to come. Her upcoming choices will deeply affect Japan's economy, its position in the world, and the daily lives of its citizens. The election itself is over, but her true and most difficult test has only just begun. Do you believe Sanae Takaichi's bold conservative plans will lead Japan into a new era of strength? Or do you think her high-stakes choices will ultimately cause problems?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world.